Your impatience is quite understandable.
I'm impatient with stupidity. My people have learned to live without it.
Howdy everyone, thanks very much for watching. A couple of days ago, I saw a YouTube video with a thumbnail that boldly displayed how to land a tech job without a degree or experience. And my first thought was, why? Why would you ever want to enter a field where you don't know what you're doing? Well, impatience. I understand that these kinds of ads have been around forever, from being promised shortcuts to weight loss, to learning a new language in a week, to today's what side hustle will bring you six figures monthly. Our brains tend to look for these fast tracks. We all know this. But with tight deadlines and AI spitting out images in seconds, coupled with the time it takes for us to produce original artwork, an impatient world can be tough on creatives. Half the battle in creating art is the technical skills you need to succeed. The other is mindset. One doesn't work without the other. And impatience can affect both. And before we dive in, I want to take a second to say that if you enjoy this type of content and like to see more like this, and help out this little channel, I would love if you could hit that like and subscribe button. It would be greatly appreciated. Thank you. To function within the workflow speed of our art markets, we have to train ourselves to work faster without losing the quality on the technical side, which beyond the physical challenge drains us mentally. We hear that faster is better, and this mindset can often be at odds with the slower, more deliberate process that true artistic creation demands. And this tension between our natural impatience and the pressures of a time-obsessed society present a unique challenge for artists striving to share their voice and achieve recognition. So let's start with us, the way we think. Human nature tends toward impatience. We're wired to seek immediate gratification and quick answers. And I'm a firm believer that when controlled and channeled, impatience can be a positive force in our lives. In the creative realm, however, impatience can be a significant obstacle. Artistic success is rarely the product of speed. It requires time, patience, and a willingness to dwell in the unknown, to explore ideas that may not yield immediate results, and also to embrace the often messy process of creation. And I think we can all relate to that. Yet, in a world that values this speed over substance, patience is increasingly difficult to cultivate. The constant barrage of noise, social media updates, rapid news cycles, and the relentless pace of modern life can make it feel as though time is slipping away, and even more for us older folks, pressuring us to produce faster, more efficiently, and with less regard for the depth of our work. Add to that the reality of an art world that also favors cost-effective solutions over artistic talent and depth. In many creative industries, the emphasis is on producing marketable work that can be turned around quickly and that fits within the constraints of budgets and deadlines. Which brings us to our dilemma. How do you stay true to your artistic vision when the world around you seems to reward the opposite? And I think the answer lies in a quote that I had read that said, "In a culture that rewards speed, there's something deeply rebellious and profoundly necessary in taking our time." Now, this statement points out that the key to navigating this tension lies in conquering the mindset of creative impatience. And it requires a conscious effort to resist the lure of quick fixes and superficial success, to instead embrace the slower, more deliberate process that true creativity demands. It's about recognizing that artistic success is not measured by speed or efficiency, but by the work's depth, meaning, and resonance. So conquering creative impatience means allowing yourself to take your time, explore your ideas fully, and embrace the uncertainty of the creative process. It also means rejecting the notion that faster is better and instead valuing your work's slow, organic development. So, to my skeptics, sounds good in theory, but in real life, how do we do this? How do we balance working within the market's quick turnarounds to earn a living and create authentic art? Let's start by dividing artists into two, I realize very broad, categories: the hobbyist and the working artist. The hobbyist, I'm sure we can agree, has a lot of flexibility here without the tight deadlines of the jobbing artist. So I think of the hobbyist as a very important part of our ecosystem and not to be underestimated. While it is true that we can assume that the working artist has honed their skills to a professional level, the hobbyist can still possess these same skills and also have the time and freedom to experiment and possibly break more new ground than the artist who has to constantly crank out work for clients. The working artist, on the other hand, has the most opportunities and challenges. You can have everything that comes with creating professionally, paying work and doing what you love for a living. And yes, that does mean that sometimes a compromised vision and giving the customer what they want when they want it. And ultimately, there isn't as much time for your dream projects. And that's the case for me. With my client responsibilities on one side, I don't have as much time to create video content. Well, on the other side, I have other dream projects in addition to this channel that get to sit and marinate over time into something that I'm very proud of. Again, this is a balance that I've found took time, and it's not going to be your answer. You have to find that for yourself. And whatever group you find yourself in, I would ask yourself, where are you now? Are you happy? Are you happy in your current process? Are you happy with the originality you're able to incorporate in your work? It requires a commitment to your art that goes beyond the pressures of the external world and a willingness to prioritize the integrity of your work over the demands of speed and efficiency. And this may mean making difficult choices, turning down opportunities that compromise your vision, taking the time to develop your ideas fully, and resisting the urge to rush the creative process. Ultimately, the most meaningful artistic success comes from not conforming to the world's demands, but from staying true to your creative vision. And I think we can agree that the greatest art isn't born out of haste, but patience, dedication, and a deep commitment to the creative process. So that's it for today. But I want to leave you with the words of essayist and novelist Pico Iyer, who said, "In a world that moves so fast, the only hope we have of catching up is to take our time." Thanks so much for watching. See you in the next video. Bye.